Hello and welcome to our latest unboxing video. I'm Eliza. I'm here at the Hatfield Public Library and I have a really big box of books all intended for adults, some fiction, some nonfiction. I'm going to try to go through them really quickly since there's such a big box, even though I see that the very top item is a cookbook and I always like to spend a lot of time with cookbooks, but I'm just going to try to keep moving along. But we will start with the cookbook. It's too tempting not to. It is called Cravings all together, starring Chrissy Teigen, and this is, I think, her second Cravings cookbook. You can see the picture on the cover makes it look like she's really enjoying what she cooks, and I have heard that people really enjoy the recipes because there's a lot of pictures of her because she's sort of like a lifestyle person. But there's also a lot of delicious looking recipes. Like here is Bali inspired chicken saute. Nice layout, ingredients, instructions, photo of what you're trying to do. I always love that. Here we are again. This one is Uncle Mike's Focaccia. It's a little hard to read that light font, but other than that, nice photo, ingredients, instructions look really clear. Wow. Okay, this is the last one. Citrus and Burrata Caprese. Oh, of course I had to choose one I always forget how to pronounce. Moving along, we have a sports book. I'm not a sports person, so I will just do my best. It's Better to Be Feared, The New England Patriots Dynasty and the Pursuit of Greatness, and they look really intense. This guy looks really intense on the cover, and it's by Seth Wickersham. So we have our first sort of thriller mystery. I'm sure there'll be more. This one is called The Survivors by Alex Schulman. Look, it's blurred by Frederick Bachman. That's interesting. So maybe it is less of a. I thought it was like, oh no, it doesn't say it's thrillingly fast paced, but also literary. Oh, interesting. So three estranged brothers return to the lakeside cottage where, more than 2 decades before, an unspeakable accident forever altered their family. What really happened that day? So that's interesting. Mystery thriller, but with a little more of a literary side. The Book of Magic by Alice Hoffman, very popular, consistently popular over the years. And this is, I think, about the same family that was in Practical Magic. It says that this is the conclusion to their story. Oh, nice. Louise Erdrich. We have lots of Louise Erdrich fans at the library. I'm very excited to be getting another book by her. It's a little maybe hard to tell, but this is like beading on the front. It's called The Sentence. Interesting abstract cover. It doesn't really tell you what's going to be inside. Oh, wow. So a small independent bookstore in Minneapolis is haunted specifically from November 2019 to November 2020 by the store's most annoying customer. So they have to solve the mystery of the haunting, but and also interesting, a wickedly funny ghost story. That's interesting. It's like hard to know where things are going to go with that premise as the start. Another popular author, Ken Follett, Never, many popular novels. And this is another sort of intriguingly cut, like a little bit abstract. You're not really sure what you're looking at. International tension, a shrinking oasis in the Sahara Desert, a stolen U.S. Army drone, an uninhabited Japanese island. What is this all? What is happening? A spy novel? Thriller, an action-packed, globe-spanning drama set in the present day. Wow, so a lot going on. I have actually never. I know we have a lot of fans in the library, but I've never read anything by Ken Follett, so I'm not really sure. But it sounds like if you just really like, especially with the cold weather coming, if you want something that's going to keep you entertained for a good chunk of time, seems like a good bet. Okay, it's happening. Halloween is over. Thanksgiving's still to come, but we are already have a Christmas book, Dear Santa, a Christmas novel by Debbie Macomber, and this has just ticks all the boxes. It's got like the snow and the wreath and the red door and the sled and the cute puppy, and he's holding some letters, which I'm sure are important. So it's a woman going home for Christmas, and she reads a box of childhood letters to Santa. and she decides to write a new letter to Santa. So maybe someone coming to terms with their life at Christmas, which, you know, it happens. Oh, let's go straight in. We have another one. This is called The Christmas Wedding Guest. Seems like maybe a little more romancy take on a Christmas story. I do like this wedding dress, actually, on the cover. And Oh, so the parents are renewing the vows. The sisters have given up on love, but I think that love is going to show up nonetheless. This is exciting. What is this? Rebel Homemaker. Oh, Drew Barrymore. I know who she is. Haha, a little bit famous. Food, family, life, and it's Oh, it's a lifestyle book. Look at that. About how she always does things her own unique way, and she's here with Chef Pilar Valdez, a personal friend and regular guest on Drew Barrymore's talk show. Who knew she has a talk show? So lots of photos. What's going on here? Wow, just like some recipes. Seems like is this a cookbook? It seems like a sort of fancy cookbook. Blackened tuna with cherry, tomato, and jicama salsa. Yeah. So a mix of lifestyle stuff and cookbook stuff. So kind of similar to the Chrissy Teigen one, probably. Wildland, the making of America's Fury. So this sounds like nonfiction, a political, maybe historical book by Evan Osnos. And so it sounds like he's a longtime journalist, and he's looking for explanations of why in different American landscapes about why there's so much of a rightward shift and why so many people are so angry. My pile of books is getting so big, but I'm actually going through them really fast. I only have maybe like 5 or 6 more. Brian Kilmeade, The President and the Freedom Fighter, Abraham Lincoln, Frederick Douglass, and Their Battle to Save American Souls. Brian Kilmeade, I think, is a TV reporter guy. Oh, yeah, he co-hosts Fox News Channel's morning show, Fox and Friends. And this is his 7th book. More Truman Capote. This is Capote's Women, a true story of love, betrayal, and the swan song for an era. It's got another very intriguing cover. It's by Laurence Leamer. Another nonfiction. I feel like we have a lot of nonfiction in this box. Oh, so this is the years following the acclaimed publication of Perfect Breakfast at Tiffany's and In Cold Blood, when Capote had writer's block. And then it sounds like maybe it's about a lot of his friends, true stories about some of the stuff that was happening during that time. It's not something I know a lot about, but sounds very interesting. John Le Carre, who I think passed away. I don't think I'm making that up. Yeah, he died in 2020, so maybe this was a book that they hadn't published. So that's sort of a chance to read one more book by him. And he's definitely just like one of the great sort of political writers of all time. So this is about a guy who's running a bookstore. He used to have a high-flying job, and then somehow he gets involved in spy stuff. Makes sense. Oh, I know this one's going to be popular. Archer Mayer, very popular, semi-local. I think he's from Vermont, mystery writer. This is called Marked Man. It's in the Joe Gunther series. The Island of Missing Trees by Elif Shafak, who wrote 10 minutes, 38 seconds in This Strange World. I did not read that. I'm not really familiar. But Booker shortlisted for their other novel, and this is about 2 teenagers, a Greek Cypriot and Turkish Cypriot, who meet at a taverna and have a forbidden love for each other. And then decades later, one of them returns, maybe to try to find the other one. Oh my gosh, the last two in this box are both like really big. This one, oh, interesting. So we have, whoops, let me stand right in front of here. We have John Grisham, The Judges List. I know that's going to be popular because I've already placed a hold on it for many patrons. And then I don't know, it looks like this is, we usually do the large print separately, but this one's in the box, so why not? We have another copy of the Lincoln Highway. So we already have some of the regular size copies, but I like that not only is this big print, but it's also in paperback. It seems like it might actually be a nice way to read the book. And I suspect that that's a book that we are not going to suffer from having too many copies because it's a very popular book. So 10 minutes, not too bad. Here is my giant empty box, and I will be back with more.